For our last scheduled speaker, I would now like to welcome to the stage Ken Elzinga, the Robert C. Taylor Professor of Economics at the University of Virginia and one of the most celebrated and tenured teachers here at UVA.
So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this event. I'm not here to memorialize or honor Charlie Kirk. Until his death, I actually did not know a lot about him. But his death was a gut punch to me for two reasons. Neither one related to Mr. Kirk's views on politics or on religion. The first gut punch was that his death happened on a campus. For me, that's different than Mr. Kirk being shot getting out of his car or coming out the front door of his home. The shooting would still be murder, but a college campus is supposed to be a place that I think of as a marketplace of ideas, and it's a place of debate, and it's a place of free speech. And Mr. Kirk was unusual in that he welcomed speech from those who disagreed with him. And I can tell you that not many people do that. And in that sense, Mr. Kirk was like the founder of this university. Avery before read this quote, and I'm going to repeat it. Thomas Jefferson wrote, for here, we're not afraid to follow truth wherever it may lead, nor to tolerate any error, so long as reason is left free to combat it. Wow. Mr. Jefferson wanted us to use reason to combat those with whom we disagreed, not bullets. When I joined the UVA faculty many years ago, and I first read those words, I thought, yes, that's really important. I want that to be important to me as a professor, and I want that to continue to be important at UVA. We can try to find out what's true, and errors can be corrected if we can engage in the pursuit of truth without fear. And the second gut punch was a concern that Mr. Kirk's death is going to encourage further violence by those who disagree or those who agree with Mr. Kirk. Larry Sabato just used a good word to describe that. That's a cancer. It's a cancer upon a university, and it's a cancer upon a country. That is, those who dislike the ideas of others, whoever they are, will think, oh, I can stop those ideas not by communicating with the different ideas, not by reason, but by ending the life of those with whom I disagree. Now, I'm going to tell you what will probably seem like a bizarre personal story from my own life, but one from which Mr. Kirk's death was a reminder. When I joined the UVA faculty many years ago, my dissertation advisor learned that I was being asked to teach Econ 201, which was then and is now the largest class in the university. And my dissertation advisor, the person I had gone to graduate school to study under, advised me not to teach this class. Why? He believed that teaching large classes was dangerous. He feared that I would be shot one day. Now, for many of you, that may seem absurd, and obviously I didn't follow my mentor's advice. But this advice came from a highly decorated World War II hero, but it was given at the time of the Vietnam War. And college campuses were then places where people died because disagreements were not confined to debate, but they spun into violence. And I remember those days. And I don't want the United States to return to them. So I welcome an event like this. So students at UVA, whatever your views, will want to preserve the university to be what its founders described as a place where we're not afraid to follow truth wherever it may lead, nor to tolerate error, as long as reason, that is, classmates disagreeing in a dorm room, students disagreeing with a professor, a professor disagreeing with students, a student club meeting on grounds to discuss an idea without fear of being shut down. That any and all of this is not only welcome, it's okay, so long as reason is left free to be part of the disagreement. And as Edgar said earlier, wouldn't it be great if that disagreement that you talked about was tempered with grace and mercy, blended with grace and mercy? Thank you for inviting me to say these words.